How we doing? All right, let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and Ruben is not with us. He's traveling, but that's okay. Um, let me share this real quick. All right, we're live. All right, there we go. All right, we'll wait until everyone kind of gets rolling in, and then we'll talk about some news, and then we'll get things started. So we'll wait. Agus, how you doing? Welcome. Sorry, I had some internet issues there for a second. Agus, ¿qué tal? How you doing? Who else is in here? Want to just say hello to everybody first before we get started? Give it a second, First, before we get let's see here. How you doing? Nico, what's going on? How's it going? Welcome, everybody. ¿Cómo andamos? It's good to have everybody here. Good to see everybody. Hello, Ariana. Hello, Choqueado, Flor, Marcelo, Nico, Claudio, Susana. It's awesome to see everyone's peace signs, It's cool to see the mix, Now we have people who have the caca emoji, and then we have people who have the peace sign emoji. So we'll just give it 30 more seconds, let people roll in, and we'll get started. What's up? Kishen? How do you say your name? Kishen? Is that how you say it? Ariana, no more caca. Exactly. You've graduated. You're in month 2. It's also awesome to see you guys in my other videos, in the comments. I definitely can tell when you're there, and it's beautiful. I think it's great. We're starting a new community. Welcome. Ben, what's going on? Brenda, hi. Susie, hola. ¿Qué tal? All right, so let's get started. So as you can see, the title of today's video is Where versus Were. Let me give you guys a couple of let's start with some news first. As you can see, Ruben's not here. He's traveling. So that's okay. This will be my first class with you guys. And then next week, I will be traveling. So maybe it'll just be Ruben. We will see. So just bear with us. These things happen. Also, congratulations to Argentina. July 9th. Today is the Día de la Independencia de Argentina. Argentine's independence. Congratulations. I know there are a lot of Argentines in these lessons. And anyway, I'm excited to be with you guys and spend a little bit of this day together. Let's see. Annabella, how you doing? Lila, hello. Great. Okay, so let's get started. So as you see, the title of this video is Where versus Were. This is difficult maybe for a non-native English speaker. For example, let's talk about the phrase, where were you? ¿Dónde estabas? I'll write it here in the lesson. Where were you? Now this is difficult. It can be difficult for maybe a native Spanish speaker, because often a native Spanish speaker is gonna say, where were you? Where were you? Right? It's so subtle, but we can make that a little bit better. We can make where were you a little bit better. Also, remember guys, we have the emojis. If you guys are appreciative, show the appreciative hands. If you guys your mind is blown, make sure you show the mind blown emoji or the confusion emoji. Anyway, so where were you? This is important. We wanna base this lesson around the ER sound, right? Like you can basically pronounce this ER sound, with any vowel before the R. A-R, ER, OR, OUR, and we can get started and I can show you guys how we're gonna go about doing that. So let's get started with maybe a warm-up. So let's think of some ER words, like the word were, as you guys already saw, or her, or perfect, right? Is this making sense to you guys? Where were her perfect? You see that as I wrote it there? That is with an ER sound. I have the lesson pulled up right here. And then, you know, let's go into any vowel plus an R, like an O plus an R. For example, you have the word work. That sounds like an ER. You see that? It's not work, it's work. W-O-R-K. Work. You have world, like mundo, world. It sounds like ER. You see that? World, world. Or worry, or word, or worm, or worth. I'll write some of these down for you guys. Let's see. You see, these are all with the vowel O plus an R, but again, it still sounds like ER. Work, worry, world. Is that making sense to you guys? Okay, we see Alejo, werewolf. Werewolf, good. Perfect. Okay, so let's move on to maybe the letter I, the vowel I plus an R. You have words like stir, or third, or girl. You see that? If you can imagine it, maybe here's sort of some way to maybe think about how you can pronounce this sound. If you take your tongue and you curl it back without touching the top of your mouth, so like you curl your tongue back without touching the top of your mouth, your lips should maybe be kind of curled like this, like that. It kind of helps pretend as if, like, you know, a dog or a bear is sort of like growling. So like, again, let's practice this again, what I just said. So these three words, you have where, were, we're. You see how my mouth, the shape of my mouth when I pronounce those? Keep that in mind. My tongue is curled back, but it's not touching the roof of my mouth. Worm, very good. Juan. Okay, yeah, so let's think, like, so IR, like stir, or third, or girl. Stir, third, girl. Those three words, stir, third, girl. Oh, is this making sense? Are you guys following me? Or maybe you are. The vowel U plus an R. So sure, burn, rural. That word is always so hard for me, rural. Even in Spanish, rural, rural. Let's see here. Let me write these out for you guys. Those three words that I'm putting there. How you doing, Maru? Welcome. Those three words, sure, burn, rural. You see how this sounds kind of like an ER, but it's not. It's a sound that can be applied to any of the vowels plus an R. And finally, we have maybe something that is a little different, that this also has an ER sound, and it's EAR. So I'll write the sound. So you have like EAR equals ER, right? This sound. Let's see. Right, exactly. Let's see. Nico, you're saying beard, bear. Okay, so let's see here. You have the word heard, like I heard something. I heard something. Escuché algo. Or early, temprano, early. Or learn. Let me write it. Heard, early, learn. Let me write that for you. You see those three words? Heard, early, learn. That's E-A-R, but it still has this sound that is E-R. This is important. This is important. And then finally, you have words that are like, that have the letters O-U-R or O-A-R or E-U-R. I'll write those. O-U-R, O-A-R, E-U-R. Let's see here. Okay, so let's think of some examples with this. OAR words or EUR words or EUR words. Oh, I wrote that twice in there. I apologize. OUR, OAR. Like that. Let's think of some examples. Bored. Let's see. So you have the words like courtesy or encourage. You see that? Courtesy, encourage. Journey, amateur, bourbon. Do you guys hear it? What do you guys think? Does that make sense to you? European, good, Agustin. Bien ahí, vamos, vamos. You guys, it sounds like you guys are understanding. Journalist. You see, this is the ER sound, journalist. I can imagine for a native Spanish speaker to look at the word journalist, that can be kind of intimidating. That might be difficult. But if you just, it's how you think about it, and it's about how you learn the hack, the little trick that's gonna make you sound more native. And that's the goal here. We want to sound more native because there's nothing more flattering or impressive when someone can say these words and you can't tell where they're from just because their pronunciation is on point. Okay. Let's see here. Let's keep moving. So those were kind of like some warm-ups. I think you guys are starting to get the idea. And then you have like kind of common unstressed endings, right? With O-R, right? So in these words that I'm gonna give you, the last syllable is always unstressed, okay? So for example, let's think of some OR examples. You have the word director or honor or tutor. Like Dustin is tutoring me in Spanish, or Dustin is tutoring me in English. These are OR, collector, humor, director, honor, odor. You guys see that? It's not director, it's director, honor, odor. And then you can go again, AR, dollar, sugar. That one's hard. I can imagine for a native Spanish speaker to look at the word sugar and think sugar, sugar. It's not, it's sugar. Or dollar, it's dollar. Or the word grammar. All these make you think that if you are a native Spanish speaker, you're gonna say dollar, or dollar, or sugar, or grammar. No, it's dollar, sugar, grammar. Does this make sense? Honor, odor, odor, order. Very good. So let's keep moving. So then you have T-U-R-E. So future, furniture, lecture. future. Let me write this right now. Future furniture. What was the last one? Lecture. You guys see that? Nico, I see you putting the mind blown emoji. I'm glad you're liking this. I'm glad that's making sense. So again, future, furniture, lecture. You see there? You see that ER sound? I think people are starting to get it now. I think you guys are understanding. Very good. Very good. Now you just need to apply this in the real world. And finally, ER, so, further, bigger, faster, singer. Further, bigger, faster, singer. Yeah, I mean, so let's do some practice sentences, okay? Here's a sentence. Make sure we're not late for dinner. I'll write it out here for you. Let's make sure we're not late for dinner. You guys see that? This is a practice example. Let's make sure we're not late for dinner. That F-O-R, that word there goes into basically an F-E-R. Let's make sure we're not late for dinner. It's not for dinner, it's for dinner. For dinner. Let's make sure we're not late for dinner. ¿Cachaste? ¿Entendiste? ¿Vamos bien? All right, let's give you guys another example. Let's see here. You have let's see. Okay, here's the next example. Did you say you're taking your family for the weekend camping? Did you say you're taking your family camping for the weekend? Or did you say you're taking your family for the weekend? Did you say you're taking your family for the weekend? Did you guys see that? Did you hear that? That makes sense? Vamos, Josha, bear with me. Good, Juan Pablo, bear with me. Good. Vamos bien. Okay, let's do another example. Here's one. We're coming to your house for the game. Estamos yendo a tu casa para el partido. I think that's how you would say it in Spanish. We're coming to your house for the game. We're coming to your house for the game. Not for the game. Now, I'm not saying that you can't say for, but when you're using it in a sentence, it sounds like for. That's important. Remember that. Anoten. Okay, and finally you have, this one's a good one. This one's a really, really good one. Is this yours or hers? Is this yours or hers? Is this yours or hers? Did you say it was yours or hers? Which one is it? Is this yours or hers? Oh, qué complicado. English is difficult sometimes. But I think, from the beginning of this lesson down to this point, I think you guys are probably starting to get it, correct? Claro, ¿es tuya o de ella? Nico, I love this lesson, haha. It's lit. Awesome, man. Good to see that. Pau, I know, right? Is this yours or hers? You guys should practice this. I know you're maybe by yourself, or maybe you're sitting there with friends, but practice these things. Is this yours or hers? Great. You know, so we can get further down the line. We can look at other examples. Let's look at maybe the word. You know, there are other ways to maybe compare these two things. You have some homophones, so kind of like see. You have these. That's a homophone right there. Flower or flower. Flower or flower. You hear that? Or you have this. Berry versus berry. Berry versus berry. This berry smoothie is delicious. I had to bury my best friend last weekend and I'm feeling sad. That's kind of a downer example, but that's the first thing that came to my mind. I apologize. Dustin, does for in this case sound like fur? Which example were you talking about there, Ben? I wasn't sure for your example. Wasn't sure on what your example was. I'll answer that here in a second. Then you have here and here. Here versus here. Acá versus escuchar. Here versus here. Here and here. They sound exactly the same. That's the reality. Let's see here. The one above. Are you coming for dinner? No, so Ben asks, does the word for sound like fur? Yeah. Well, or fur, like F-E-R. That's kind of what we're getting at here. So, are you coming for dinner? Are you coming for dinner? For dinner. That makes sense? Great. So that's about it. I mean, you know, there's tons and tons of different examples that you can use, but it's good to pay attention to these tiny details. These are the ones that are going to get you close to sounding more native. And by now, you know, as you guys have learned how these classes are working and these lessons are moving along, I hope these types of things are making sense. So that's the lesson for today. I'm going to be posting some things on the community page. Today we did the class a little bit later. It would be good to know what you guys thought about doing it at this time. I know today was a holiday in Argentina, and as most of you are Argentine, you know, maybe today was a little different, but I'm often seeing people requesting that we do the classes a little bit later. So, you know, leave in the comments when you'd like to have classes. If you think this a little bit later is better, so that you can get home, get comfortable, maybe have a snack, and then watch the courses. But over time, we're getting people who are living here in Los Angeles or in the United States. So we're gonna have to find a happy medium. Great, some people are saying later would be better. Okay, awesome. Well, listen, it was fun. I'm glad we had this first class together, just one-on-one. I hope today was helpful. And you know, please be present in the comments. Be present on the community page. We're reading, we're listening, and we're gonna try to get back to you and respond and get you guys sounding that much closer to native English speaker. So remember, as our motto always is, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Anyway, love you guys, and we will be seeing each other soon. Remember, next week is the following class. So have a great night and take care. Bye.